Radiology.
Hello?
Dr. Lori Cage, Radiology.
Charlie,
Yes?
it's Chris Ramsey.
Boy, when you said you'd call soon, you weren't kidding.
Yeah, well, I just wanted to let you know that I was okay with what happened yesterday.
Thanks, Dr. Ramsey. I'm sorry about asking so many personal questions.
Well, first, it's Chris, not Dr. Ramsey. And second, I'm sorry, too. I shouldn't have gotten so upset.
No, I shouldn't have brought up your wife.
Well, it's just that I miss her, and it's kind of hard to talk about how she left me.
I should have done more homework. But when I read about your wife being treated by Dr. Locke...
I know you figured Dr. Locke could help you with your situation.
Did I make it sound that mysterious? Because it's not. I mean, I told you my mom has some emotional problems.
Well, any idea what's causing these problems?
No, I don't know. She and I were always so close. But lately it's been different. She doesn't want me around anymore. She's shutting me out of her life completely.
And you think Dr. Locke could help you figure out why?
What do you think? You know her work.
Well, I think we should have lunch Monday at Mario's. You know, we'll sit down, we'll talk about your mom, Dr. Locke, and we'll come up with a plan together.
You know, that'll be great. What time?
Well, I'll call and make a reservation and then get back to you.
Yeah, thanks, Dr. Ramsey. Chris.
See ya. Libby.
$50,000?
Yeah, well, the charge is first-degree manslaughter.
I'd bail you out if I could.
Yeah, I know, but you don't have that kind of money, right?
No, not lately.
No. Yeah, Baldwin put in the plea. So all I gotta do is sit here in this hole and wait for them to drop the charges, you know?
You don't seem all that worried about it.
Yeah, well, it's not guilty. You know, self-defense. So what, you don't believe that either? Is that what...
It doesn't matter what I think. Only the judge.
I can't do nothing about that, all right? So there's no sense in me sitting here even worrying about it.
Okay, so what are you worried about? Or do I have to ask?
How's she doing?
She's getting the finest care Barrington money can buy.
Frank, that doesn't even answer my question.
She still can't remember what happened.
Does she know I've been arrested?
Not yet.
Good, let's keep it that way, all right?
Dr. Russo to labor and delivery. Dr.
Amanda.
Russo to labor and delivery.
You're not in with Allison.
Well, no, Dr. Lambert is examining her, and I felt kind of in the way.
Well, you're not. But Allison is in good hands, so maybe it's a good time to take a break.
How could I? Kevin, when I look at her and watch her, knowing that I could have prevented this very well.
That is not true.
Oh, but it is. If I'd kept her away from this Jamal, who's clearly a bad influence on her, I might have...
Mrs. Barrington, I'm sorry to hear about what Allison's going through.
Oh, thank you, Dr. Locke.
But I'm very concerned for her safety.
Why?
It's more than possible that someone could still be after her. I think we should post a guard outside your granddaughter's room immediately.
You mean beyond hospital security?
Absolutely. Allison is a witness to a murder, possibly the only witness.
But you can't remember anything.
But that could change. I don't mean to alarm you, Mrs. Barrington. But the killer could want to be certain that Allison never recalls what happened in that warehouse.
Kevin, do you think Allison needs to be protected?
Amanda, there is no reason to believe that Jamal would hurt Allison. In fact, the man who did hurt her is dead. It may make you feel more secure, but I think the sight of police outside her door could only frighten her.
You know, I think you're right. She's suffered enough as it is. Dr. Locke, thank you, but I will trust Kevin on this. And I'll take your other suggestion, too. I do need a cup of tea.
Good. Well, it's certainly novel, your therapy, making a traumatized patient feel even more vulnerable.
Dr. Rodriguez, 2715 East.
What's with her?
Besides driving her patients to suicide,
Oh, great. Now what's she up to?
she wants to post an armed guard outside Allison's door.
No, that would totally freak her out.
Standard operating procedure for Rachel. Is she doing any better?
She slept a little. I wish I had more to report.
Well, at least she is sleeping. And she has the best doctor in town.
Thanks.
Oh, you think I'm just saying that because I love you.
No. But it is nice to hear that anyway.
Winds. Today's high near 33 degrees.
In other developments, Port Charles police have announced an arrest in the alleged murder of gang member Cedric Walker, whose body was found earlier this week in a dockside warehouse. The suspect, Jamal Woods, was apprehended without incident after police discovered evidence linking Mr. Woods to the crime. No! Mr. Woods was recently questioned in the shooting of paramedic Frank Scanlon, but no charges were ever brought. Police spokesman Patrick O'Shaughnessy said the victim, Cedric Walker, had been the object of death threats in the past.
Allison, what are you doing?
I'm gonna
get out of here.
Oh, no, Allison, listen to me.
No!
Mr. Walker's death
I gotta
was a
get
hit
dressed.
by arrival.
I can't stay here, and you can't make me
We're
stay
not
here.
going to make you do anything, but Allison, you're still weak. You can barely stand. Now, let me just get you back on the bed.
No! Did you hear what they said on the TV? They said that Jamal killed Cedric. But that's not true. He didn't do it.
Do you know that for a fact?
He couldn't have.
Do you remember, Allison?
No! Because I can't remember anything now. It's all a blank. God.
It's okay.
Allison, listen to me. I know how scary it is when you look for a memory and you can't find it. But your memory loss isn't permanent. Things will start coming back to you.
When? In a week? In a month? In a year? I need to know now. Right now. And you're keeping me in the dark.
No, that's not true, Allison.
Yes, it is. Then why didn't you tell me Jamal got arrested?
We were going to when the time was
But you
right.
didn't. Because it has something to do with me, right? Answer me! I am involved in this somehow, and I don't know how or why. I need to talk to Jamal.
I'll be right back.
Allison, what did you see on the TV?
Jamal's in trouble. He killed Cedric, supposedly.
Did that trigger anything? Any memories?
No. And it should, right? I mean, I am involved in this somehow, aren't I?
I don't know any more than you do. But I do know one thing. You trust Jamal.
And you don't? That tough guy attitude, it is all an act, Dr. Collins. That's not how he's like.
I saw him risk his life when he threatened you here.
That's what I'm saying. He cares about people. He wouldn't kill anyone. Not even a psycho like Cedric.
Did you give Jamal the word about Allison?
Yeah, he's more flipped out about her state of mind than being thrown in jail.
Really?
Yeah, he figures since he was working with the cops to bring down Cedric's operation, the DA will buy it with self-defense.
What's Scott's take on all this?
He wants someone to corroborate Jamal's story.
Meaning Allison.
For starters, but I just saw him there.
Look, she just happened to catch the news, and it said that Jamal had been arrested for Cedric's murder. She flipped out. I really think it would be good for her if she saw Jamal. Is there any way he could visit?
bail's set at $50,000, 10%, but I don't have the kind of cash handy.
Dr. Locke, top of the morning to you.
Oh, been spending too much time with that new doctor, Thornhart.
I've been looking for you.
Why?
Oh, I have a friend who's,
I seriously doubt that, so why don't you just get to the point, Chris?
All right, look, I know we've had our differences, but we still have to work together, right?
Not necessarily, but go on.
Fine. Then from one professional to another. I met a young woman, she's a nice kid, just looking for a psychiatrist. She heard about the work you did with Julie, and I thought maybe you could help her.
Why would you send a referral my way?
Just a feeling I have that you might be able to help a troubled kid.
Oh, and isn't that sweet?
Besides, aren't you running out of patients who haven't dumped you already?
See, now that is the Chris that I know. Smug and patronizing.
Not throwing you a bone here, Rachel. Just giving you a chance to do the work you claim you love. Got a problem with that?
Why don't you give me your number?
Actually, it's not that simple. She's pretty nervous. She's never met with a shrink before. Thought maybe if you met her in person, you know, informal basis, might reassure her. We're having lunch at Mario's Monday. Why don't you join us?
I think I'm busy on Monday. I'll have to let you know.
Well, you do that.
How's she doing?
Not so great.
Well, I think I have something that can help.
What's going on?
Hey, how are you feeling?
Rotten.
Well, I think I may have a cure for you.
Can I come in?
Yes, what do you think I brought you here for?
Eve.
This is the best medicine you could have given me. Can I talk to him alone?
We'll be right outside.
Well?
You should have seen her face light up.
All right. Well, I hope this will do them both some good. And Eve, you've been great, really. Bailing out Jamal so he could be around to help out Allison. Anyway, let me know how it goes.
Are you mad at me?
I wish you'd consulted with me first.
Kevin, I'm sorry. Look, if it's about the money,
I don't
pay.
care about the money. I'm glad Jamal is out on bail. But bringing him here, that's a whole other question.
Did you see how happy she was? That's gotta be good for her.
Allison has amnesia. And we've ruled out every physical possibility for that to happen. That means her mind is trying to suppress some terrible memory. She's not ready to cope with it yet. Her mind is keeping it down because she couldn't deal with it if she did remember it.
So you're saying that bringing Jamal here may trigger some horrible memory?
We don't know. That's why I wish you had talked to me first. That's Gail. I'm supposed to have a meeting with her, but I think I'll reschedule because I'd like to be here for Allison in case.
Nurse Hartman, 4737. Nurse Donna Hartman, 4737.
We need to talk.
Later.
Now. You've got to stop your interference, Kevin.
You know, Rachel, half the time I have no idea what the hell you're talking about.
The way you made me look like a fool in front of Amanda Barrington.
You accomplished that all by yourself.
Oh, Kevin, come on. 3 years ago, a man held hostages in this hospital, and you're implying that I am overreacting when this is clearly not a safe place to be?
Well, it used to be a lot safer before you came to town, Dr. Locke, and pretended to be a healer.
We've got the same credentials.
Except that you look for troubled souls and try to warp them into a version of your own unhappy self, like Julie. You interfered, and look what happened. She kidnapped her baby and disappeared.
Wait, you're blaming me for that?
You used her to get revenge on me, Dr. Locke. You will never hurt another one of my patients, starting now with Allison Barrington.
You're being paranoid, Kevin. This isn't about stealing.
If you ever come near another one of my patients again, I will take you in front of the state medical board and I'll have your license revoked.
Is that a threat?
That's a promise.
Dr. Adams to cardiology. Dr. Monique Adams.
Dr. Locke, about that friend I mentioned, the one looking for a good therapist. Not until you give me a yes or no. Help, Rachel. Okay, I figured you'd be more simpatico than Kevin would be, but if that's a choice, you leave me.
What time Monday?
1 o'clock. Mario's.
Okay. I'll be there.
Hello?
Charlie, it's Chris Ramsey. I got us a table at Mario's 12:30 Monday.
That's great.
Well, by the time you leave there, you'll know whether or not Dr. Locke is just what your mother needs.
I look forward to it.
So do I.
I need you to tell me exactly what happened that night.
Well, what do you remember?
I went to the jail to come visit you. And you were there talking with Cedric.
Yeah, he was there.
Well, it didn't make any sense because I knew you hated the guy.
What?
So,
What'd you do?
well, I thought that I would follow him to the warehouse and see what he was up to. But I don't...
It starts to get hazy right there, huh?
It's more like a total eclipse of the sun. What happened? Did I follow him there? I mean, I must have. Or else, how would I end up there? And how did you even know to look for me?
You know, don't get yourself all worked up. All right, it's easy. I knew Cedric hung out there. And I knew you always sticking your nose and stuff. So I came by here, you know, looking for you. And one of the nurses told me you were late for your shift. So right there, you know, things didn't add up. You know, and so I went down to the docks. And when I walked in the warehouse, you were right there being smacked around by Cedric.
Then what?
Well, then I pulled Cedric off of you. And, you know, he and I, we started to mix it up and everything. And then I don't know, I guess I kind of lost it. You know, I tried slamming him against the wall, but we were at the top of the stairs. And I shoved him. And he fell down backwards down the stairs, and that was it.
I saw you do it?
Yeah, you saw the whole thing. You were standing right there when we got into it. And when I shoved him down the stairs.
Allison. Allison. Hey, what happened? What happened, baby? Huh?
So that's the whole story.
End of story.
So you did it for me? Why can't I remember?
You don't have to. God. All right, look, that's how it was.
Time's up, guys.
Already?
You know, I'll come back and visit you.
He told me the whole story.
And you're okay with it?
Yeah, he killed Cedric, but it was self-defense.
He saved your life.
I know. I just wish that I could remember.
You will. Give it time. It'll come back, but you can't push it.
You know what? Your body needs time to recover. You've been pretty banged up, both inside and out. So what you really need to do right now is just baby yourself.
What happens if the cops don't believe you?
Nothing sticks to me.
Yeah, but what if they decide that this is the time that it's gonna stick to you?
Scott, it's Detective Garcia. Listen, there's a new twist in the Cedric Walker murder case. No, not manslaughter. Not anymore. Because we now have evidence that it was a premeditated intentional act. Jamal murdered Cedric Walker on purpose. And I've got proof.
How can you not be worried?
Because I told the cops the truth. All right, and I got a decent lawyer.
Yeah, but you wouldn't need a lawyer if I could just remember.
Look, you heard the docs. Won't you take it easy, okay?
But I am the one that can clear you.
Look, nothing needs to be cleared, okay? It was self-defense. And Baldwin's gonna make sure everyone knows it.
Stay tuned for scenes from the next Port Charles.
She has been having these horrible nightmares.
I don't want to talk about it.
They're not buying the self-defense anymore. They're saying it was cold-blooded murder.
Who would think that there could be so much action in a small town as there is in Port Charles? But with love, money, and power at stake, the action may never end. Check out the mayhem on Port Charles, coming up next on SoapNet.